Outdoor Warehouse brings you the For Every Adventure podcast, where seeking adventure is a lifestyle. Hey, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Kyle. Hello, Chanel.
Hey, Kyle. How are you doing?
Great. This is For Every Adventure, brought to you by Outdoor Warehouse. And today we're doing something a bit different.
Yes, it's quite exciting. And I think in some of our adventures, we've heard about some really weird, wacky products, but all of them made with a specific goal in mind, and that's to make your life a little bit easier when you go on your adventures.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take a look at a few of these products.
Can't wait. Let's dive in.
Take the plunge into outdoor adventures with Outdoor Warehouse and the For Every Adventure podcast. Adventure enthusiasts, we've got a thrilling chance for you to win a 500 Rand Outdoor Warehouse gift voucher. Simply listen to this episode of For Every Adventure. Find the answer to the question in the description and DM us your answer on our social media channels. It's that easy. And don't forget to check out future episodes of For Every Adventure for even more chances to win big. Outdoor Warehouse, For Every Adventure. Today in studio, we've got Armand, and he's the branch manager of Outdoor Warehouse in Tokai. Welcome, Armand.
Hi, Chanel. Hi, Carl.
Hey,
Lovely to be
Armand.
here with you guys.
Yeah, we're honored, and we're excited to learn more about these products. I have to be honest, normally I do a bit of research before an episode, but I thought, I'm here to learn, so let's not do that.
Yeah, it's a bit of an adventure on its own, because we've got all these products on the table right in front of us, and they're all what we'd call weird and wonderful products that you can get at Outdoor Warehouse.
100%.
Yes.
The one that I know best is called Rhino Balls.
Yeah.
What a name for a product.
What a name.
Yes,
Indeed.
I have very much questions, but luckily I can see the product in front of me. It does say rhino dung.
That's it.
Yes, I feel misled.
You feel misled, but what it is, it's rhino dung shaped in balls.
Can I open it up?
Please feel free to open it up.
Cool.
It sounds horrific.
It does.
Okay.
It definitely does.
Rhino balls,
Yeah.
like rhino dung shaped in balls.
That's it.
And it's actual rhino poo, Kyle.
Doesn't smell like rhino poo.
Exactly.
That's the thing
That's the
we
trick.
we have to say.
I could also be immune. My baby's 13 months old and he started to eat big boy food.
No, there's really no smell.
Yeah.
And the question is, what do you do with these balls?
Yeah, so it's a creative way to light your fire, right? So it's dung. They found dung and then they covered it in wax and they're like, this is the perfect way to start a fire. It's green, it's eco-friendly, it's everything you're looking for a product. I mean, paraffin and all that is not always the best way to start your fire. And with rhino balls, odorless, covered in wax, rhino dung, what a way to start a fire.
Okay, so what makes this different from just normal fire starters?
It's again, it's an eco-friendly product.
Okay,
That's the big difference. And then additionally, like you will see on the package there, Carl, they donate 50 cents to each purchase for the preservation of rhinos as well.
That's wonderful.
That's awesome.
Do you know what? I've used this because I just love the idea.
Wow,
yes,
okay.
I light fires often, Kyle.
I wanted to ask you
we
because...
have to acknowledge that, please.
Okay, Chanel is a
And
bride pro.
I'm not a fan of your average fire lighters. The really cheap ones, they just don't light.
Yeah.
Like you stand there and like other things start lighting up, but the freaking fire lighter doesn't light up. And what I love about these rhino balls is they last.
They last.
It says like 17 minutes and like I can really attest to that.
100%. And then you'll also find with the other brands is sometimes you leave them in a shelf or a cupboard somewhere and then they dry out because that
that's what
paraffin dries out and you light it and it doesn't ignite or like it has a short burning time.
Yeah.
With this, you don't have that problem. Not at all.
I'm curious about the meat you brought, Chanel. I need to find out about this. This is a side of you no one knows
Look,
about.
it's not steak, okay? It's
okay.
like basics, but
Worsie.
yeah.
Yeah, rhino balls
What's
and
wrong
like a
with that?
worsie.
Rhino
Nothing wrong
balls and a
with that,
worsie.
yeah. Okay, cool. So let's move on to the next product. This is a wonder bag.
A wonder bag. Okay,
bag.
cool. So a wonder bag is basically an oven, a portable oven on the go. So it is made with reclaimed foam so that the person that created it realized that sometimes you don't need to use so much electricity to cook stuff. It was a perfect insulator. So when you cook food on the stove, it starts to boil. Take it off, pop it in your wonder bag, close the wonder bag, and for 8 hours, up to 8 hours, it will still cook your food further.
This is so weird.
It is confusing. I did not associate this bag in my hand
You
with
thought
food.
beanbag.
Yeah, well, something.
It's like a portable slow cooker.
That's exactly what it is.
shaped like a beautiful cushion that's it's more
Made
than
in
one
South
use.
Africa.
Locally made.
And it's
Okay.
stunning. It's got like the like really pretty fabric as well. So, okay, so sorry, I need to understand this.
Yeah.
You're going to put this where? Like in your backpack, or you're going to leave it at your campsite?
So let's say this is more of a campsite rather than a hiker's tool.
Okay.
And even stylish hat if you look at Carl today. So you would go to a campsite, open it up, make a fire, like take your cast iron skillet or cast iron pot and then bake something on it. But now you want to slow cook a roast or you want to do a beef stew that takes a long time to cook.
Yeah.
Because you want it really tender.
That's it. The
Okay.
meat must be really tender. Now, you're at the campsite, you don't have an oven to slow cook it on low temperatures. However, when you use the Wonder Bag and you add that pot into it, the way that it's made, it's lined and it has a reclaimed foam, and that foam serves as a convection oven, a slow cooking oven that will slow cook ultimately your stew into the most tender meat that you can get.
Are you camp a lot?
I do.
guess.
I
Okay,
definitely
and have
do.
you used this?
I've used the Wonder Bag once,
Okay.
and it works a charm. Like honestly, like I think,
Amazing.
and the fact is that if you use it at home, you will save a ton of electricity because you
That's
don't
true.
need to use an oven.
Yes.
You put your stove on, get it up to temp, put it in your Wonder Bag, leave it, and your stuff will be as soft as you can't believe.
I always used to think you were either like a chef with all your gear and everything at home, and that makes you like a professional foodie. So then when you camp, you just like rough it up.
Yeah.
But you don't have to anymore. You can literally, I mean, that could be a gourmet meal that you're roasting there. So I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, glam camping is definitely a thing in South Africa. We go for that camping experience, but we still want the luxury of home. And
That's very
Wonder
true.
Bag, that Wonder Bag is wonderful.
Okay, fantastic. So we've got the fire lighted with the rhino balls. We've got the food nice and soft with the Wonder Bag. Let's see. Next up, Crag Hopper clothing, right?
Yep.
Okay. Crag
Is it
Hopper.
South African? It sounds Australian.
It's South African. So, but the beautiful part of Craig Hopper is, like, I recently had a conversation with one of my customers, and she said the first layer that you need to do to protect yourself is clothing. We think of shelter, we think of other things, but Craig Hopper specifically is clothing that offers you protection against bugs. It's waterproof. It has so much benefits. And
It's amazing.
it truly is.
The part that got me was the insect repellent.
Yes. So it has a layer built into it. The material is called Nosy Life. So it's up to 25 washes that will protect against bugs in you. So it's a layered into the fabric material, which is made from lemon and eucalyptus extract. And that ultimately wicks away all the insects and pests.
You know what I saw recently is this video on Instagram of this guy that went camping in his little one-man tent. And then he recorded through the night all the different types of bugs.
Why?
Something like as a type of ant or something that started eating at the tent. And then they all got in, and then all the other bugs got in. And then he was like taking this video
Like a
of
little
every single
gatekeeper ant. Just, okay.
Yeah, that's really scary. So I think this would be, I would love this, basically. I see it's not all of the items that have this
Nosy
insect
Life, yeah.
repellent in it.
Yeah, but most of their clothing has that included.
Wow.
And then ultimately the other benefit of that is it's highly water resistant. So if you have to go through a water stream, you're not going to get wet yourself. Your clothing might get wet, but you won't get wet. The clothing will wick away the water.
I see. And also it's quick drying.
Quick drying, and
Obviously
then
all the UV protection
That's
you
it.
need.
40 a UV protection factor of 40. So it's a high level rating on the clothing as well.
This was made for me, I believe.
It's made
with the
for
UV
you.
rating and the,
Oh, yes,
the
of course.
anti-bug thing going. Again, I'm going to wear it in bed tonight just to... Yeah, like I said, summer coming to Cape Town. Today is a very warm day on recording, and I'm sure we're going to have a few mosquitoes flying around.
Get Carl some crag hoppers.
Yes. Also, I want to know what a mystical fire is. I like things that are mystical, and I enjoy fires.
So my kids tried this. I haven't seen it.
Am I
but
the only one who has not used any of these products?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
But we're going to get you into it now.
Thank you.
They say this is awesome. Like, I haven't seen it, but it's like, it's a bit of a gimmick, right?
That's it.
A unique way to enjoy a brilliant display of colorful flames on wood-burning fires.
That's it.
So you throw this thing, or how does it work? Like you
Take the sachet as is, and you throw it directly on a wood fire, and it'll burn. If you they recommend adding 3 bags, and then it'll burn up to an hour and a half of different mystical colors that you can see.
And then it's the actual flames that are different colors.
That's it. So the flames on the wood will turn into different colors. So you'll see a wide variety from green, blue, red, all the colors that it offers you. And then it must be noted that you should add it after you cook your food.
Okay.
That's not a very
Okay.
healthy product to consume.
No mystical steak then.
No mystical steak.
Okay.
But imagine that. Like you're in the middle of nowhere and the fire's all different. It's like a rave around the fire.
Yeah.
So a little story is that we had Africa Burn recently. And
I just wanted to bring that up.
You wouldn't believe how many customers bought this for Africa Burn.
Oh, really?
Just to add it in to see that little mystical fire at the mystical
that's
Africa
cool.
Burn.
Could you clearly see the customers coming for Africa Burn?
Oh,
into
you
the
wouldn't.
shop?
100%. Oh, you would definitely see that.
Yeah. I can believe that, and I can believe it offers a good time, especially at Africa Burn. Produces vibrant, colorful flames, you mentioned, safe for use in indoor and outdoor wood burning fires. Easy to use, you just throw it in the fire and lasts up to 30 minutes. Not bad.
And the kids love it.
And the kids love it. Maybe that's the biggest bonus.
Discover the ultimate outdoor adventure at Outdoor Warehouse, your go-to one-stop destination for top quality outdoor gear and apparel. Become a rewards member today and receive exclusive member-only savings on top brands, access to new product launches, and automatic competition entries. Sign up at one of our 37 stores nationwide or online and let the adventure begin. Outdoor Warehouse. For every adventure.
All right. Next up, we've got the Oriole Waterproof Adventure.
Is it Oriole or Oriole?
It's Oriole. So Oriole is a South African backpack that goes seamlessly from city to bush or to outdoor. It's made with material, again, like we spoke about it earlier, to say that the benefit of this bag is that it's a waterproof bag. It seals perfectly.
Yeah.
It's light,
Some of these,
Very light.
you get bags and then you get bags. Some of them say waterproof, but they literally they start cracking after like the second use. So I'm sure that they've got all the technology and it's stylish as well.
Very much stylish.
And you can put your rhino balls in here.
You would have to. You don't want a wet rhino.
And when you're looking at the zips and the quality of it, it just seals perfectly.
It does.
So
It does.
it's very stylish. For a rugged bag, it's very stylish. That's why I'm saying you can go from city straight into a hiking trip with your bag without having to switch bags.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not just for rain. It's like any wet terrain.
Any
if you
wet
think you
terrain.
need to put it down,
Yeah, 100%.
I quite like that.
All right, so next up, I'm pretty interested in this Smell Well freshener bag. Also, it's always good to smell well.
This was a product that really interested me because I'm a mother of 2 boys, okay?
Okay, where is this going? Smell well.
Oh, did you play rugby?
I did. I tried.
Those talks.
Oh, stinky
Like
talks.
you can
yes.
do anything, but at some point it's like,
But it is.
what?
Let it be.
So-
Let it happen. Those teenage talks.
No.
Lekker.
So I thought, this is awesome. It's like a freshener bag. It's like specifically for items like shoes and
That's it.
whatever.
Okay.
And can you imagine doing this hike
That's it.
for a long period of time and the socks and the shoes go like, ew. But I'm still interested to know like exactly how it works. Like,
Yeah. So they're beautiful. Like you said, you're going on a 5-day hike, a long-term hike, wet shoes, smelly shoes. No one wants that on a hike. And then it has activated carbon in it and a patent pending material that they add in that doesn't just make the odor, prevents the odor from coming out. It also absorbs the odor and dries out the product. And I think that activated carbon is the thing that makes it so great. It dries out the product and wicks away the odor.
That's a
cool.
big bonus because
Yes.
you can store the odor away, but sometimes you're going to have
comes
to
back.
open it.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm
Yeah.
thinking of when I say that? Nappies.
of course.
But
Carl.
also it has a good smell that it releases as well.
Okay. Keeps it fresh on the go. Yeah, I really like this. And then also, I saw that you can recharge it in sunlight.
Yeah. So you dry it out again in sunlight, and then that activated carbon, all the moisture that it absorbed.
I said
just
recharge, but
recharge,
I mean,
yeah.
this is not really recharge.
Yeah, it's not plug in and play.
like you
Reboots.
activated it. again.
Reactivate it, yes.
Okay, fantastic. So, how many of these products have you used in real life on your camping trips?
So I've used the live straw. Rhino balls, definitely. I've used the bag. and the Wonder Bag, like I said earlier.
Yes.
So I've used a
Okay.
few of the products. Runner balls I also use because I really like it. It's odorless. It's just, it's easy.
Okay.
And you get customers in our stores coming in specifically for runner
Just
balls.
for that.
Just for that.
I want to ask you, do you get people walking in and just going, look, I have this problem, and then you're able to solve it with the product?
So that's what Outdoor Warehouse mostly does, is we solve people's problems and people's
Wow.
challenges. And if you look at specifically the hiking community, the biggest challenge most people face is space. Space, weight. How do I pack it? What do I buy? What do I think of? And I think that's what we mostly do. We had customers coming in they were climbing Kilimanjaro. That's their planned trip. They're going to do that as a family. And they said, how do we optimize our space? What do we do and what do we get? And we were looking at bags and specifically that smell.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the smells is the issue because they said
Freshener bag.
Freshener bag,
Smell
that's
well.
it. Yeah, smell well. So the issue is that they would go on these long trips and then how do they control the odor? And then the one guy said, if my wife's shoes don't smell well, I don't want to be next to her. I don't know, I'm sleeping into her in the tent. And I was like, oh, you shouldn't say that with your wife here.
Goodness me, it's usually the other way around. Sorry, I just need to say
100%.
that. Oh, okay.
Listen.
Yeah,
This
it's
is not a
usually-
reflection on my wife, but just saying, we're all
saying.
humans.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Sometimes we all need a smell
smell
well bag.
well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And especially because he was a much more avid hiker and she wasn't as much. And he's like, that's something that drives him nuts. And,
Okay.
yeah.
I love that you're in the business of problem solving.
That's it.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, definitely. What's some of the feedback you received from customers who use this? Have they come back to you and say, listen, those rhino balls burn very well? Or,
based. Yeah. And
really?
we get people that come back just to buy
Okay.
more and more.
okay, cool. Fantastic.
And again, on the Mystical Fire, again, when these festivals come into town, Mystical Fire is the first thing that flies off
Okay.
the shelves.
Fantastic. It's not that expensive as well. Go check out the website, outdoorwarehouse.co.za. I think we'll probably have the links in the description of this episode on Spotify and Apple where you listen, and go check it out. Get the kids some Mystical Fire. If you have a stinky wife, there's the smell well. Rhino balls seem very popular. Everything we reviewed really looks good. I am excited to try every single one of these products. They all intrigue me a lot.
The outdoor life is for everyone. And our clothes are too. It's made to last in the sun, wind, and weather. Whether you're fishing, hiking, camping, or going to work. Get all your favorite brands like First Ascent, Cape Storm, Africa Nature, High-Tech, and Columbia all under one roof. Outdoor Warehouse for every adventure. Also shop online. Armand, so are there any products that specifically you think is maybe weird and wonderful and that you like using or would recommend we try?
Yeah, so I have a quirky product that I always think of is like the Shiwi.
Okay, so just the Shiwi is the female Wii device.
That's it.
Right?
Okay, so the Shiwi, we should actually have brought one here.
Okay, but you can't use that one.
Yeah,
So what product
try.
for yourself would you say, what's like your favorite product?
The Hiwi.
The Hiwi. Yeah, so I like the Forever Fresh foods that we stock. So it's a hiker's food, dehydrated food. I really love it. I think it's such a smart product. Again, the theme across this was space-wise, and not just space, but weird and wonderful, but also space-wise and smart, practical.
Yeah.
And Forever Fresh food, it's such great food. Like I've tasted it, I like it. I think it's a product that every hiker should have in their bag as well.
Have you ever made it at home when you're not even hiking?
No, I mostly use it when I'm out and about. But again, I'm quite actively in the outdoors. So I'm constantly using it and doing some hiking and doing some camping.
Take the plunge into outdoor adventures with Outdoor Warehouse and the For Every Adventure podcast. Okay, so I've never been on such a long adventure because I think it becomes complicated when you talk about how am I going to... I've spoken about this before in one of our episodes. Like the socks bother me. Like how many times can you wear the same pair of socks? And so I would be very interested in how do I wash my clothing?
Yep. So I think that's a good segue for us to get into the Sea to Summit washes.
Oh, I was going to tell you, like, there's a washing machine, and then what you do is you put the clothes in and use a bit of...
What do you like? Wash it in the river.
Yes. Listen, I have to polish my dad jokes. I get it.
That's
It's
it.
okay.
Yeah. So let's jumping onto the C2 Summit products that we sell. We sell the laundry wash as well as the body wash. Now it's pocket size. So you're thinking hiking, like you said, you're going on a long day hike and smelly socks. Again, like in the previous episode, we said that can drive people pretty much crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. So how this lovely product works is like a little pocket-sized thing that fits in your backpack. Remember, space on hiking trips, that's the most critical function is how do I pack smart? How do I save weight? And no one wants to lug around a kind of Omo or anything else like that.
Yeah.
So C2 Summit made this little lovely product that is handheld, little leaves of soap. You put your clothes in a bucket.
It's so small.
Incredible. It's like the size of a Zippo lighter, basically.
Yeah.
And then I would have obviously thought it's a liquid,
Yeah.
sort of a detergent thing, but it's not.
It's not.
It's these tiny little flat, leaves. You get some of those like mint papers. It's like the same
It's
concept.
exactly the same concept like that.
Okay.
Like you'll see here, it's a little leaf. You take one, which is there's 50 in a pack.
Yeah.
In your hands, and then you wash within a bucket of water, and then your clothes will come clean. It's also biodegradable, so it's made to not leave a trace where you go.
It seems impossible that tiny little leaf, like sheet of paper, can actually have so much soap in it or detergent in it.
But it really is potent. So we always recommend adding a little bit more, like 2 or 3, just to get a proper wash. However, this is, if you're looking at it, you can't believe how thin and wafer thin it is.
Yeah.
And it gets the job done. Same thing with your body wash. The body wash is, I need a little bit of soap just to get myself clean.
Okay.
And C2 Summit is the way to go on that.
Man, between that and the smell well fresh in the bag, you're going to be
You sorted.
fresh as a daisy, huh?
I know you're like in the bush or wherever, so you're not really worried about your hair, but you also don't want it to sorry, I need to say this for the ladies. You don't want it to be like breaking off in the sun and whatever. And I see the first thing that caught my eye was it's not just a shampoo, it's a conditioner as well.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to go in the bush, you can just as well look good while you're doing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And smell well, Kyle.
Yes.
Okay. So it's the same concept
Exactly
for the
the
body,
same.
like the shampoo and the conditioner as
So
well.
you would use it as a normal shampoo you would at home, except you put one leaf in your hand instead of liquids, and you're good to go.
And there's 50 leaves.
50 leaves.
So you're going to be all right.
For a short trip, like a 4 or 5 day trip,
Okay.
he'll be more than fine.
Okay, fantastic. And have you used this on your trips?
I haven't used the Pocket C2 Summit yet, but my customers coming in stores swear by
really?
it. They come and specifically ask, especially because it's biodegradable and people need that. You need some campsites, you don't need to leave a trace, and this is exactly what you want.
Yeah, we've spoken about this a lot, not leaving the footsteps wherever you go and sort of respecting
very
nature.
important.
And so this really helps for that.
And you know, something else I'm thinking about now, once again, the kids go on like camping trips and like tours for sport. And the boys, they're not great with like carrying stuff around to the showers or whatever. But this is so cool. They'd want to use it. And I think it's also something great that you can just, if you go away, put in your vanity bag, there you go.
And then the last benefit is there's no soap that's going to pop open in your bag.
True.
Because who hates that? You're traveling, you open your bag, it's just soap everywhere.
Are you ready to conquer the great outdoors? Outdoor Warehouse has everything you need for your off-road adventures. From power management to vehicle recovery, tire maintenance, fridges and freezers, and camping accessories including furniture, tents, and so much more. Get ready to explore with Outdoor Warehouse, your overlanding gear destination. Available in-store or online. Outdoor Warehouse. For every adventure.
Okay, what do we have here? Here's a big box here on the table in front of us. Why is
the
it there?
big box. Lava rocks for
Okay.
gas bries.
So just charcoal then?
No. Do you use charcoal?
I avoid charcoal.
Oh, you're a bit of a strictly wood.
I'm a proper
guy.
briar. That's the word you're looking for. A proper.
Well, you got to
It's
try
not-
things.
I'm not going to try charcoal
Why not?
because wood.
Okay, so I've tried the charcoal, but I find
Yeah,
it,
we've established that Chanel is a seasoned briar. She can braai 'n mean wors. Just don't give her a steak.
But listen, I'm not great on gas. Okay, but like normal charcoal vibe.
All right.
But I find that, and I don't. Honestly, this is going to sound so like inexperienced, but I find that it doesn't really heat evenly.
Yeah.
So on one side you've got like more heat than the other and whatever. So I believe that these lava rocks can help out with that.
That's it.
Armand, how does it work?
So what it does, it takes the heat from the gas and spreads it evenly, like you said. But it also it really gets your gas spray up to temp quickly. I know gas is instant heat, but to get that equal spread of heat, that's what it does. It gets it quickly up to that. And then further, that fatty steak that we spoke about, when that fat drips.
Just wanted to ask about
that. That's it. So it catches that, and then it prevents also that smokiness that will, it catches a light, but the lava rocks prevent you from then ultimately having that bad experience as well.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge I've had I have used charcoal when I had a flat. We couldn't use wood.
You just didn't want to admit it.
I didn't want to admit it, but I've tried it, and I think the biggest challenge was the flames. It really makes a lot of flames. I don't know if it's just me not doing it right, but that was a bit of a struggle when the fat drips there. So this prevents that. This helps for that. Okay,
and it's reusable. These lava rocks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't toss it out after one use.
Okay, lava rocks.
It's
for
worth
gas
a try.
fires. And you've used this?
Yes, I definitely have.
Okay,
so I have
customers?
a gas fry at home. I use my lava rocks because it just gets my meat cooked up so nice and evenly.
Okay.
And customers constantly come in for this that has gas fries.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, go check it out on outdoorwarehouse.co.za. That's where you get all these products, by the way. What do we have next?
Kyle, it's one specifically for you with the baby. It's called Eco Wet Wipes.
Eco Wet Wipes. Let's go.
You know what's weird for me is life before kids. Wet wipes
remember
didn't
it?
really exist. Yeah.
Cue, harp, sound effect.
I remember my mom having the old school wet wipes in the car. They had this like round containers that you'd pull one out and you'd rip it off.
Okay.
So that was a thing I'm not going to say what
in the
years.
70s?
Thanks. No.
Oh. Okay.
No, Kyle, come on.
I love how no one in the studio is laughing because they're just too afraid. Yeah.
They're too scared. I'm not that old.
No,
Gosh.
90s. You're talking about the 90s.
So
70s.
then you become the parent and wet wipes enter your life. And it's almost like it never leaves.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Because there's millions of uses for wet wipes.
So many wet wipes.
Okay, so these are important because they're
Where are
eco
they?
wet wipes.
Are they on
They're
the
right here
table?
in front of you. It's the tube.
It's the... What? This looks like a tube full of sweets.
Mints.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't eat that.
Can I not? Do not ingest.
Please don't.
Definitely don't eat that.
Okay.
So I think the first thing is in the name.
It
It's
literally
eco.
looks like a pack of mints.
It really does.
Like a little tube. Okay.
Yeah. They're eco wet wipes, so it's safe. You're not gonna litter if you have to maybe put it in a hole in the ground. If
That's
you know
it.
what I'm saying?
Now again, if you're looking at it's biodegradable, it's eco, it's friendly to the environment. It's also compact. So when you pop that in a bucket of water, there you go, your wet wipe's ready.
So that's what you do. You take out this little
Little puck.
yeah, and you just throw it in water
That's
and
it.
boom, you've got a wet wipe.
And you'll see, Carl, the name on it says soak it. It tells you, the name tells you what to do.
Yeah.
There, you got it there.
It sort of was self-explanatory.
It's
okay,
on the
my
nose.
mistake.
Yeah, it's really
fantastic.
convenient, I must
And
say.
it's affordable.
Yeah, and
It really is.
alcohol free, so it's gentle on your skin.
Well, that's a shame. But the rest of it is fantastic.
But I love that. That'll definitely be in my backpack. It's
And thinking again, hiking, camping, space-wise, very compact. You don't need to worry about it. You just pop it in your backpack and it's there when you need it.
Okay. Well, what are the different reasons your clients have come in for this?
A lot of people for traveling reasons and again, space-wise. It's
Okay.
mostly, when we're solving hiking problems and problems like this, it's space. And this solves that exact problem. People go hiking with their children. They have baby carriers with little roofs on it. And then they need something to wipe.
really adventurous people
Really
that
adventurous
do that.
people.
Yes, I would
100%.
avoid that. I would avoid that. My back at my age should not be hurting this much. I can tell you that much. Yeah. But it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
You don't have the dad bod yet. That's why. Kyle.
It's just because I
should
have a
work
shit
on it.
Yes. Let's define this. What are we looking for here, dad bod wise? Just
I'm really just kidding.
okay. I'm not oversensitive about that.
So next year on our table full of weird and wonderful goods, we've got the life straw. Do you remember this one, Kyle?
I seem to recall the life straw.
Yes, we've spoken about this.
Yeah.
It can actually save your life when you're out and about and you don't have drinking water that's safe. It looks awesome. It's smaller than I thought. And it's like a personal
water filter. So I remember I had questions about this.
So it attaches to a water bottle. Okay, I was trying to figure out how this works.
How
All right.
it's going to work. Would you...
This is so cool.
I mean, you're not going to filter like any random water, right? It's going to... Or can you?
You definitely can.
Any water?
Any water. Any still standing water. So this is actually, like I said, is my favorite product that we sell.
Yeah.
It's the Life Straw. So it filters 99.9% of all bacteria and microplastics and everything from the water itself. So it's an unbelievable product for me. And so the again, talking about small, compact, imagine you're stuck on this trip and you have no drinking water and you found a brown muddy puddle and you really need to get water. Life Straw will literally save your life.
Just out of interest's sake, and it might be a silly question, but when you're out and about and you need water, how do you know what is safe and what is not safe?
So the general rule of thumb is that still standing water should not be consumed.
Yeah.
If it's flowing water, it could still make you sick. However, there's a less likely chance that you would get sick from a flowing water.
Is that because it flows through rocks and sand and that sort of helps the...
exactly that.
Okay.
So it naturally filters itself, but still standing water has opportunity for bacteria to build and so on.
Okay.
But with Life Straw, when you use this product and you're out and about, even in still standing water, you can still consume it. And the water will come out clear, whether it's brown or not. It'll come out also tasteless if there's bacteria and stuff in the water that has a bad smell, and it won't come out tasting bad as well.
Are these reusable, these filters?
Now, they are single-use straws, but they filter up to 4,000 liters of water. And
Goodness me.
yeah,
Wow.
that's a lot.
But wait, there's more. Because we have the big brother right over here.
Okay.
And it makes a cool sound.
It's not a lightsaber.
Oh, man, it does look like a lightsaber a little bit. So this is like, it's a big flask, and then you take out, you take off the top, and it looks like a little fluorescent, light-shaped tube thingy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess this is the filter, but what's the difference between these two?
So as you'll see on the bigger one, the newer ones, they have more entry for water. So your flow rate is much better on these ones. So the older ones have a single entry point where you suck from.
Okay.
And that ultimately makes your flow rate slower. With the bigger ones, you can decant your water into the bottle or scoop up dirty brown water. And as you go on, you can still consume that water. With the older version, you have to be where the water is to consume. Unless you have a water, like a Coca-Cola bottle that you can screw to the thing and store your water.
Oh, I see.
So that the newer ones eliminate the need for that plastic to be used. You'll see on the side of the packaging as well, there's a little plastic bottle to show that you can just screw it onto a 2-liter plastic water bottle and consume safely.
Yeah.
However, the new ones comes with the bottles included, or the bigger ones comes with the bottles included, and a higher flow rate, which makes it much easier to drink.
And it's bigger, so I see that this one is like 8,000 liters of water that you can get out of it. That's amazing.
It's amazing, but it's still 4,000 liters. I don't want to let us lie on the thing. You still only consume 4,000 liters, but it saves up to 8,000 reusable plastic bottles per one.
Oh, I got that wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, cut that. Sorry, people. Cut it.
I don't like that.
Or just keep it.
Save over 8,000 single-use plastic water bottles.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, gosh.
So it eliminates the need to reuse plastic bottles.
Okay.
And then it also filters 4,000 liters of water. And when you hit the 4,000 liter mark, the straw stops working. It just limit reached. That's it.
Wow. So on 4,000, the straw's
The
just...
straw knows.
The straw knows
The straw
when to
knows.
stop. Okay.
This is an artificial intelligence filter.
That's it.
That's what's happening here.
But I have to add, there's no chemicals, no batteries or moving parts. So it's fairly simple.
It's so straightforward. It's hard to fail. And when you really need it, it's there to save you.
Have you ever been in a situation where you needed to be saved by your water filter?
Luckily not. I can say luckily not, but I have definitely used the Life Straw on many trips. So we go on hike trips and there's rivers and I want to see if the water, how it tastes. Is it nice and cold spring water? Take my Life Straw out and sample some.
Oh man, I feel like after this recording, let's just walk down here to the little stream and just give it a go, huh?
Go for it.
We had some customers that asked, can you filter whiskey from it?
That's a good question. That's actually the question.
The main question.
Yes.
Can you filter other stuff other than water?
Yeah.
And then ultimately, you shouldn't.
Okay.
But theoretically, you could.
Okay, I like that.
We're going to leave you guys to that.
Yes, we'll give it a test. So the life straw, the bottle, can you reuse this filter?
Yeah, so unfortunately not. So it's a single-use filter. Once it's met its life, it is concluded its life.
Yeah.
And then you just replace the straw itself. So you can't replace the filters, but you can replace the straw that's ultimately in it. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. What do we have next?
This is going to interest you, Kyle, because you're such a rock climber. It's the Black Diamond Chalk Block.
Man,
do you know what the chalk's
can't
for?
wait to find out.
I want you to imagine what the chalk's for.
Well, you know what? Sometimes when you go camping, it can become, I mean, for the adult, it's fine because you've got nature and, you know, the children are going to play in the grass and in the stream and, you know, you're going to bribe. But here at day 4, you sort of want something else to do. And Chanel, that's where the chalk comes in. Because then you start drawing little blocks on the concrete and you can do like that little dance thingy. I cleared it. I have a great
okay,
child.
like skipping the
Yes,
game.
that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not
what it is.
That's not what it is.
Okay, does it have to do with brushing your teeth?
Nope. It's for the rock climbers. Because
You did say rock climbing at the beginning of this.
So
Okay.
when you climb those rocks,
Yeah.
you need to use chalk so that you don't slip, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have like this little chalk bag that's attached to you, and then you break the chalk into pieces, and then you like stick your hand in there and you climb.
It sounds like you've done this.
I have. I've tried it like indoors. Let's not act like I'm more adventurous than I am.
Okay.
But yes, so I didn't even realize you sell that.
Yeah. So again, for the hikers and the climbers, you need to sometimes grab a little grip. You need some grip, added grip. And this Black Diamond Chalk comes in perfectly handy for that.
And I suppose gymnasts as well.
100%.
Okay.
Anyone that needs added grip. But there is a little information is that you should never over chalk your hands. Because remember, then you're going to lose friction and then ultimately it's not going to serve its purpose. So use it moderately. Use it whilst your hands just to get that grip going.
Have you tried it?
I've not been able to try it yet because there's no situation where I've needed it. But the trekking poles and the stuff that we add for that grip as well, that makes a big difference. But the chalk, I can see how it works.
Okay. You should actually try it, Kyle.
I will. For what?
Like the indoor rock climbing for starters, because you're also going to need the chalk for that, right? Yeah. But I think it looks very hard, but it is quite challenging, and you have to also
and your
think
finger
when
strength,
you do it.
Isn't that what it's about?
Yeah, it's your finger strength as well, leg strength,
everything. Yes, I might not survive, but I'll definitely give it a go.
Don't go and try it now on like Table Mountain first. Like, let's do indoors.
The seasons are turning, and here at Outdoor Warehouse, we are getting ready for the summer sun and outdoor cooking. Keep your food items cool and fresh with our amazing assortment of cooler boxes, fridges, freezers, and thermoelectric coolers. And keep the fire burning with our braai essentials like grids, bread pots, and gas lighters. Make summer cooking easy and affordable, no matter where the adventure takes you this summer. Outdoor Warehouse. For every adventure.
So, Armand, I think when you work in retail or, when you do what you do, you meet a lot of people and you always meet a few interesting people with interesting questions. So when you've chatted to your clients about this product specifically, have you gotten any weird feedback, any interesting questions?
Yeah, so definitely with the live straw. So we had this one customer that came in and she was adamant and she was asking if she uses this live straw on a bottle of wine, will the color go away?
I think it's great that you helped her, professionally answered all her questions.
Definitely so.
Yes, that's because at Outdoor Warehouse they're professional.
Yes.
They can take any questions and feedback and give you an honest answer.
And also, this is what I learned today. If you have any problem in the outdoors on your adventures, you can literally walk in, chat to Armand, like speak to the people at Outdoor Warehouse, explain your problem to them, and they're in the business of solving problems. All these products started off with like, we have this problem, and you solved it perfectly. So it's wonderful.
Do you have any interesting stories from your adventures while camping? Sometimes in the episodes we ask the question, what's gone wrong and how did you fix it? Have you ever been in a situation where you felt this is a problem and I need a solution for this?
Yeah, so I've gone camping with some friends that neglected charcoal. So they brought 3 pieces and they thought it was a full pack, but there was just a few pieces.
Did they bring 3 pieces?
3 physical pieces of charcoal.
Well, that's not good.
It was not good, and we were there for a 3-day trip. And we
it's one a day.
Yeah. And then from some of the products that we sold, we actually had a little saw and we could get some wood ultimately and save the problem. But it was a little hand saw and it took turns sawing down little wood pieces for us to actually make fire.
Wow. You obviously weren't close enough to just go get some.
No, we were like proper in a very remote space. Yeah, it was a problem in the moment, but luckily we found a way to solve it. But
was this when you were an experienced camper or the beginning?
Yeah, so I was a relatively experienced camper, but the friends that came with us, they were not at all.
But also, I think at some point you start assuming that people would know to bring this or enough of that.
You would
don't
be surprised.
do this.
And also you give lists to people. You bring X and I bring Y, and then their X is not complete. There's nothing in the X, like a bag with nothing in it.
Yeah, and then you ask why.
Exactly.
Yes. So I've told this story in the very first episode we recorded. I think it was the very first episode. I think it was Camping with Quibus.
Okay.
And I spoke about being very young and going to a camping site. And we also we made lists and we planned and everything, but we got there and we just didn't have anything we needed really. And that maybe just comes with experience. But I recall having to use like a candle because we didn't bring a light. And, stuff like that. So planning.
And
then it comes with experience after that.
That's it.
Because you're never going to get yourself into that situation again.
And the benefit is now I can advise people that come to us to not be in these situations because I've been in it. You see, that's come with experience, trial and error.
That's it. Gain some experience. And hey, if you don't have a lot of experience, we have a lot of episodes for every adventure. Thanks a lot, Armand. We appreciate it. This was a fun 2 episodes. And I mean, like I said, outdoorwarehouse.co.za, go make a turn and go see if you can make use of any of these products. You definitely can if you're an outdoor enthusiast. You'll see the descriptions. Well, you'll see the links for these products in the description, Apple and Spotify. Well, yeah, I think that's it. We've got one more episode to go for this season. Quite excited for that, so look out for that also on those platforms I mentioned. Awesome.
This is the For Every Adventure podcast. Climb in as we learn everything we need to know about the great outdoors.
When you're around, go to the Tokai branch of Outdoor Warehouse. Go say hi to Armand. He's the branch manager. And if you're not in Tokai, go to your closest Outdoor Warehouse branch.
Yeah, they've got all the expertise there. And as we mentioned before, if you have any problem whatsoever, they're there to help.
Stay in the loop on the best outdoor adventures on the For Every Adventure podcast with Outdoor Warehouse.